I think the role of media, particularly in radio, is to maintain the trust and connection that we have with the audience. Radio is the most trusted medium in the world, and certainly in Europe. And I think we need to change, we need to develop, we need to transform, but most of all, we need to maintain that trust and connection that radio has with its audience.
Will the internet overtake the radio?
I think radio is here to stay. Radio has survived 100 years. BNR is 90 years old officially next year and still thriving. And, I think so radio needs to work in this new digital world, and it is. There are so many dynamic, people think of radio as this legacy medium. There are so many dynamic podcasts. Podcasting has exploded around Europe. There are so many really positive, dynamic digital developments in radio. So yes, radio can survive, but it needs to change, like all media needs to change.
How does the second century of radio look like?
For me, the second century of radio is still about an intimacy with the audience. It's still about that connection with the audience that only radio brings. But it is about utilizing this whole digital. It's about in-car presence. It's about, connected devices. It's about podcasting, as we've seen, and the next stages, and whatever replaces, but comes along with podcasting, whatever new areas of radio develop and shine. So for me, radio very much has a future. It's not going anywhere.
Digital transformation is one big keynote. How do we change mindsets of people that believe that radio is just broadcast radio?
I think we need to realize that radio, if it doesn't change, will die. Radio will get left behind. This is unstoppable. We've seen it. It's not new. We've seen this over the last 20 years, but it is accelerating constantly. Younger audiences in terms of how they access information. So I think the biggest argument with those who still see radio in a very traditional linear way is to say you will be extinct and radio will be extinct if it doesn't change. And it's as bold as that, because that is the fact. And radio is changing. I see it. I visit radio stations all over Europe all the time. Public service media is changing.
What is your one, as it's Radio Day, what is your one greet or one wish for radio for its birthday, so to say?
My wish for radio's birthday is that it continues to evolve and change and be dynamic. And at the same time, remember its core is its connection with the audience. And I think if you can merge those two, and if you do, radio has a very bright future.